All right, so welcome to the slideshow for APA style. I'm just going to give you a brief overview of what is expected of you for APA style writing. Um, so let's go ahead and get started. So APA stands for the American Psychological Association. It is used for social sciences like psychology, sociology, and social work. It can be used in nursing, neurobiology, and other disciplines related to the field of psychology. Now, APA style writing is meant to create a formatting that is easiest to read because most APA style papers are larger papers. They're primarily done through research and through academia. So it is really important for you to learn APA style writing. It's easy to just kind of blow it off and not really go in depth into it, but it will be easier for you in this course if you take the time to look through all the videos and all the content and actually learn the formatting for APA style writing. Now, APA style writing is primarily based on your paper formatting, your title page and what's expected of you on the title page and the content, and your header, your page numbers, and your reference page, as well as your main body of your paper. So let's go ahead and get into it. So APA formatting. There are four major sections: the title page, the abstract, the main body, and the reference page. Now, the abstract is mentioned, but it is not required of you for this course. Do not add an abstract into any paper you make. Again, an abstract is not required for this course, so although we cover it, you do not need to create one in your papers. It will just create more work for you. But we will get to what an abstract is shortly. So a title page would look like this. All pages have a 1-inch margin, so there is no text within an inch all the way around. The title page has a running head, and it actually says running head, just like this on the header on the top left of your title page. And then you have the title of your paper in all caps. On the same line on the right of the header, you are going to have a page number. There should be a page number on all of your pages. Next, you will put your full name, the course name and the course number, the due date, and the instructor's full name. Now, on all pages, it is important to remember that there's a 1-inch margin on all sides of every page, every paper. There are some resources available on the modules where it will actually show you how to use Microsoft Word to set up those margins, those margin formats, so that you don't have to worry about it. You just go in, click a couple things, and it'll set it up for you. So make sure you see those videos as well. All papers should be in 12-point New Roman font or Arial. All papers are in a standard 8.5-inch by 11-inch standardized paper, and they are all double spaced. Notice how there is spacing here. That's double spaced, and they should all have a page number, as well as the title on the top left in the same line as the page number. Now, as I mentioned, on the title page, it's going to have a running head before the title, and the title will be in all caps on all pages. So after this title page, the next page after that, page 2, it will just have the title of your paper in all caps, no running head. The running head only applies to the title page. So here is another example of the same content for the title page without all the markings, the red markings. Again, the title page will have running head, title of your paper in all caps, page number, and the rest of the information for your title. Here's an example of what it would look like. Again, here's the title up here, page number, and it says running head only on the title page. So the body of the paper. This would normally be page 2. So going into page 2, it would be page 2 up here, and it would be the title of your paper in all caps. Now there should be a little bit more space here. It should be a 1-inch margin around all text on every page. And then you're going to want to have your title centered on the page right underneath your header. And this title is only going to have the proper pronouns capitalized, and the whole thing is not going to be capitalized like it is up here. And then you will indent and begin your body of writing. And it should be double spaced as well. One thing to keep in mind is your body of writing should be in third person perspective, and we will get more into that in a bit as well. All right, so next is your reference page. After your title page and the main body of writing and the pages that takes up, at the very end of your paper should be a reference page. Now, what a reference page is it's all the sources that you used in your paper. So whenever you're writing in your body of paper, you're going to want to cite a source. And this is important because it helps avoid plagiarism, and it also gives credit to the authors of other works. So it helps you avoid plagiarism altogether. Now, one thing I would recommend is try to avoid quotations from other bodies of work and sources. For right now, it's best to paraphrase. So you would read the content of whatever your source is, and then you would cite it in your work when you're talking about that source. And that source pretty much backs up your ideas of what you're discussing. So your opinion will no longer simply just be an opinion of an idea. It will actually be something that can be suggested or proven to be factual. So the reference page is the references to all the citations you use. So when you use a citation in the main body of your text, you would be able to find the reference for that citation on your reference page. Now, the purpose of the reference page is so someone who's reading your paper, they would read your main body of information, and then they would see your citation, which isn't on here, and then they can go to your reference page and find your source. And then if they wanted to, they can go and read that source too and come to the same conclusion or ideas that you had in your paper. So reference page is important. Again, top left, your title in all caps, page number. On the center, it should say references. And one thing to keep in mind when we get there to creating your own references and putting them on a reference page is that not the first line, but all lines after the first line on a reference are indented. So notice how this one has two more lines and they are indented, but not the first line. The first line is not indented. It's really important to remember this. So as you see right here, this is all one reference, and the first line is not indented, but the second line is. This one down here, this whole thing is a reference, but all these are indented except for the first line. It helps the reader view one reference from another. So I can tell this is one, this is one, this is one. So that's a really important APA formatting, to make sure that the first line is not indented, but all lines after are indented. Now, here's what a reference looks like. You would primarily have the author, publication date. Those are the two important aspects for citations. You'll have the article title, and it goes down all the way to right here. And then you have the journal title. And then you have the volume, the page number range, the date viewed or retrieved online, and the database name. And it seems like a lot, but there's a lot of sources you can find to where the reference will already be provided for you in APA formatting. You just have to be able to find it. Make sure you look up the Alamo College online database module and video, and it will show you how to be able to find articles related to it. Now lastly, in-text citations. These are what in-text citations look like. These are pretty much the same as this. It's just a shorter version of it that you can use inside your text.